Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. You should know at this point if you're over here, but if you don't, my name is Queenie, and I have a few of my friends from the group chat. We have Tammy Talks. Hey, Tammy. Everybody say hi to Tammy.
Yeah.
We have Roxy Says. Everybody clap for Roxy. Say hi to
Hey,
Roxy.
Foxy.
And we have Chloe Johnson. Everybody say hi, Chloe.
Hi.
So we don't really have much of an agenda today. We're just going to talk about Love is Blind UK, the first season. Thoughts overall. If y'all could come up with one word, your takeaway from the season, what is your word? I'm pulling it on the spot. They didn't know I was going to do this. So
Yeah.
sorry.
One word.
The season or the reunion?
The season.
It was cute.
Cute. Okay.
It was.
Was.
My bad.
Was is wild.
It was.
That's not fair. That don't count. You got to pick a word. It was what? What was it?
It was. It was mature.
Okay.
You-
You're
she-
same with medals.
She stole that word from
Okay, well, it is what it is. Whoop whoop, locked in from Trinidad. Okay, hello.
Ooh, but.
Chloe.
What is my word? I don't even know.
It gave what it was supposed to give ish.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That's a
not
whole
even a
sentence,
word.
not a word, but that
Right.
was a sentence.
That's a lot of words.
Okay.
Not demure.
Not demure.
I'm trying to think. What is my word? Season 1. Mine will be 2 words. Good start. I think for the first season, it was a good start.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
But I can't say it was.
And I couldn't take my whole sentence. Oh, okay. But
No,
adding
you can't have a
extra word.
sentence. No.
Sentence is crazy.
Give me a sentence.
Sentence is crazy. I mean, let's start with the least relevant couple, Maria and Tom. We're just gonna go couple by couple.
Okay.
Pointless.
Oh, we're giving a word for the couples?
Oh wait, no, not Maria and Tom. No, not Maria and Tom. I meant that was for Sabrina and Steve. Start over. So
You think they're pointless, Sabrina and Steven?
Absolutely, but we'll get there.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
I mean,
Are we giving a word for the couples?
no, now we're talking about it. So you can go into whatever you want to say, Tammy.
Oh, I was just gonna say I have a word for every couple.
Oh, look, let's hear it.
For Tom and Maria, I don't have a word for them. For Tom and Maria, I think pointless is the best word for Tom and Maria, to be
Actually,
honest.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with delusional for both of them.
I was gonna say delusional too initially.
Mm-hmm.
I would say off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't understand with Tom. I didn't even clock the fact that he was a PR exec or whatever he is, because he came with the most public relations, like, to the T response at the reunion. I was like, oh my God, accepting full responsibility. Oh, I was raised by a single mom. I didn't have masculinity in my home and all this stuff. Like, it was, you could tell he came with his tail between his legs. But as for the season, the fact that they even made it out of the pods didn't make any sense to me. I know some people in my comments, you guys let me know if people responded the same in your videos, were saying that Maria did some backtracking on some of her values. And even if she backtracked, in my opinion, I felt like there was enough information for him to know, like, logistically, when it comes to our values, our morals, like, it just doesn't line up.
Right.
And even if, I don't know, even if she was backing up, it just didn't line up for me. Didn't make sense.
I don't think she.
Yeah, I don't think she backtracked. I think that she wasn't clear enough in what she wanted initially.
I think she knew what she wanted. It's just that when she said she wants to be a housewife and Tom was like, yeah, no, she was like, oh no, that's not what I meant. Like, girl, That's what you meant.
No, she said she wanted to stay home with her children. So they're two totally different things. Raising your kids till they get into, kindergarten and stuff like that, and staying home is one thing versus a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean? So I think she was just saying like, hey, when I have kids, I want to stay at home till our kids are, school appropriate age, and then I'll go back to work. She
didn't even say school appropriate age. She said 2 or 3.
Yeah, she said when they were young.
Well, yeah, but I think that start school around what? 3. Well, my daughter started school at 3. So
I was advanced, so I was in kindergarten at 3. I don't know about the rest of you, but
I don't. Here's the thing. I think that Maria enjoys working, but I don't think that she wants to have to work. Right? I feel like she wants her man to be the main provider, and if she wanna, do makeup and do this and that and make some money, then she could do it. But I don't think that she wants Tom to depend on her for like her half of the mortgage or her half of the rent or whatever they have going on.
Do you guys think that Maria picks and chooses what values from her culture and her religion she wants to apply? Because that's what I thought.
Absolutely.
What are the values?
Because she's Muslim.
I know.
So
the only one that I mainly know about is the one that she said, which was that, she grew up in a household where her father provided for the house. He took care of the entire family.
She did say that. Well, but most Muslim men are providers like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then she said at the reunion that she didn't want him to take care of her financially. I think during the courting phase, she expected him to actually court her.
Which, yeah, I agree with that.
I think she expected him to court her, whereas Tom is like, we're engaged. We already here. And so that was the biggest.
I feel like Tom would have been like that even if they weren't engaged. I feel like that's just how Tom rolls.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's going to ask out on a date and then ask you to pay for the date at the end of it. Like, that's what Tom gives.
Tom doesn't make sense. Tom doesn't want to support, I guess, provide. He wants to do 50-50. But then you pick a makeup artist who you feel is beneath you, and knowing that she's not going to make a ton of money. So why did we do this?
But Tom never said he didn't want to provide, though. He didn't say that.
But no one's gonna say that.
He implied it. Like,
yeah, no one's gonna say, girl.
He didn't say
50-50.
He never said he wanted 50-50. He never said that he wouldn't take care of the rent. He never said any of that. And I don't even like Tom, but he never said it. I think that Maria didn't articulate clearly what she wanted. And I think that Tom didn't articulate clearly what he wanted, and they avoided the conversation.
Absolutely avoided the conversation. I wanted to respond to Lola, who's saying you can say that about, you can say the cultural thing about anyone. You can, but for somebody who keeps bringing up their culture and religion so much, I would have thought they would have been more in line with their beliefs than how Maria presented to be. So that's the part that confused me. Like, of course, anybody can pick and choose what they want, even from the way you were raised with your parents. I'm not going to take everything my parents told me. But if I'm going to say, my parents, they're really strong in my life. My parents, I would assume that kind of person would adhere more to what their parents said than what I saw Maria exemplifying on the show.
So you feel like Maria shouldn't have even been on the show, pretty much? Like, if she was going strictly by her culture's values, she wouldn't even be here, pretty much?
Yeah, no.
Right. That's fair.
Just wanted to read the super chat. Thank you, girl. Yeah, okay. Tom growing up with a single mom means that he saw a woman doing everything and paying the bills like American black men. It does not compute for him. Okay.
And that could be it too.
Yep. A lot of times when men see their mama, my mom had 3 jobs and she came home.
He said that too, right?
Okay, well, I ain't your mama.
Heavy on ain't your mama.
Not your mama.
Heavy on that.
Hashtag not your mama.
All right, well. I don't have anything else to say on them. Are we done with that?
Wait, isn't Tom the one who said at the end that he wants to raise his daughters to be independent, strong women or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he should.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But I'm trying to understand why two things can't be true? Like, why can't you raise an independent, strong woman who can be taken care of and provided for?
Right.
You can, but the way that Maria, and I don't agree with either one of them to be honest, but the way that Maria was saying it is that he is worried that she's going to raise their daughter to depend solely on a man. And that's based on how she was talking.
Okay.
Whereas he's like, if it happens, it happens, but I don't want to raise my daughter to where she is solely dependent on a man while in the same house raising my son to feel like he has to pay for everything. What Tom said made sense, but then Maria, again, didn't articulate clearly what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. What do you guys think about him indulging the mom at the wedding? Because to me, I was just like, all right, he already said, oh, my mom doesn't approve of this, whatever. She's like, you can call me mom as long as you do right by my daughter. And it's interesting, too, because somebody on TikTok pointed out the fact that he didn't actually call her mom. He kept calling her, whatever her name is, I forget. But he still indulged her in that conversation. I was just like, ugh.
I mean, but like, what is he gonna say? He can't say, I'm about to dump your daughter at the altar. Like, he can't say that. He's being polite.
Take your hand off your chest. I'm so sorry. Like, he didn't have to do that.
She told him to do it.
Respectful. It was a lose-lose, because if he'd have sat there and been like, nah, I'm gonna call you Mrs. I don't know, Jackson, then the audience would have been like, Tom is so rude. He doesn't respect her culture.
Right.
Like, what is he supposed to do?
If he was like, nah, I'm not gonna put my hand on my chest, I ain't doing all that, they'd be like, oh my God, he's so disrespectful. Like,
I actually would have preferred that.
He's just going with the flow.
Because don't play in my mama's face.
But did he play in her mom's face though, or was he respectful of her mother?
I think because we watched it and we found out that he said no, it's kind of like it feels like he was playing in her face. But ultimately, I think he was just being respectful.
He was being respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Next couple, huh?
I don't care. Actually, like, I don't care either way.
The next couple, Benaiah and Nicole and Sam.
Oh, God.
Tammy, you said you got a word for everybody. What's your word?
Stupid.
For Benaiah, I'm gonna say. I was gonna say homeless, but no. I'm gonna say. I was gonna say bothered, because I feel like he's still too bothered by Sam, but we'll get into that.
Hey, Sean.
I say unexpected.
Lord, somebody put teeth. Wait a minute.
Why?
How did we get there?
I don't know. I don't get the reference. I don't know.
Is something wrong with his teeth?
I don't know.
Is something wrong with his teeth?
I never paid attention to that. I have no idea.
I don't zoom in that close.
I don't know.
Wait, I never noticed. Someone said, "Is he homeless?" I never noticed anything wrong with one word.
Listen, one thing about me, I'm not looking in Benaiah's mouth.
I think that Nicole talks with her teeth, given very much Kerry Washington. That's all.
Oh,
don't start.
Child. Anyways, these comments are distracting me. I don't even think I have a word for them. A part of me, and I know this is like, girl, whatever, it's a show, who cares? I wonder how much of that story was curated. Like, to this day, yes, they're married, they look happy, they're traveling and whatnot. Still so many missing points for me, so many plot holes for them. So my word is confused. Tammy.
I had people in my comments this evening saying that Nicole was on her TikTok saying Benaiah who?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
But she's not trolling.
I put that in the chat.
I thought she was trolling.
I don't know. I truly am not checking for her. So I have no idea, but I just saw that come through my notifications.
Oh, that would take my little unexpected word back then. Because I thought
Why?
they were thriving.
You can change your word.
I thought their ending was unexpected, like the happy ending, them still thriving and whatnot. So if that's the case, well, dang.
But Queen, didn't you say she's probably just trolling or something?
I feel like it's trolling, but I also have been calling that whole story fabricated the whole time. So I don't know.
What do you think about the Sam situation with Sam claiming that Nicole tried to sleep with him? I have people in my comments who still don't believe it. I didn't believe Nicole. I believed Sam initially, but not based off of what Sam said. I believed Sam based off of what Nicole didn't say. Because I'm like, girl, if someone is saying something like that and you're not immediately saying, okay, you're a liar, that's not true.
I'm like, that's why I was because maybe it wasn't an adamant shutdown that confused me. And then, like, according to Nicole, she said she was trying to allow Sam to like bury himself. But I'm like, but where would that even come from if there wasn't even some inkling of that happening? Like, to completely fabricate it to me is wild. Is he really that unhinged?
I mean, some people are though. So I'm not putting it past Sam, but it was just Nicole not saying anything. And then I did say it was her, maybe she did respond in the moment and it was edited out. So we don't know. But apparently at the reunion, it seems like Sam admitted that he lied. There was also some people also weren't sure about that either, what he was apologizing for, if it was for lying or if it was for telling Benaiah that it happened. So
I think it's true. I think Sam was telling the truth then and he lied at the reunion.
So when did they have time for this to happen? Like did they actually meet up and like spend a night together?
They had 2 days together.
They had two nights.
Yeah. Because if I'm standing here and my fiance is right there, and you come up to me and you say, "Well, you tried to sleep with me and I turned you down," I'm going to make it very known and very clear that it didn't happen.
I agree.
They had the opportunity the next day to talk about it. Nicole had the opportunity that night to talk about it with Benaiah. I think that Sam saw the backlash that he's getting. And that's why Sam apologized. But Sam never said, "You're right, you didn't try to sleep with me." Sam just said he was sorry for the conversation with Benaiah.
Yeah, okay, he didn't even get to finish that because that's when Demi chimed in and was like, "Just say you're sorry."
Which
I saw your review on that, so I know how you feel about that.
So let's just say she did. What now? Does Ben be like, "Oh no, you're a whore, throw you away," or does like what? Like what's
no? But it kind of adds validity to him saying that she couldn't really figure out her feelings, and then he kind of decided, you know what, maybe it's not best for us to continue. Like, because remember when they went back to her and she's sitting on the bed and she's like, "I need to talk to Benaiah," and whatever. His talking head was, she is torn and that's not fair to me and whatnot. So if in fact she did try to test the waters in that way, it makes you question, well, is what Sam said true in that moment? And then further along, she told Benaiah, "I don't even engage sexually with people until I'm very like," you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah.
But she also told Benaiah that she's extremely touchy-feely too. Which I'm not saying that means that you're gonna like take it a step further.
So maybe he thought she was trying to do something and she was just being touchy-feely.
It could have been that. And I saw somebody say that she's not like me and she doesn't have that personality. I don't know what personality you need to say that I didn't try to sleep with you, or what personality you need to say that somebody is lying on you.
Yeah. Some people said like she didn't want to, like in my comments, some people said, you know, she didn't want to give Sam the satisfaction. I'm like, okay. Some people said that she didn't want to cause an argument. It doesn't even have to be an argument. You're lying. That is not what happened. Stop. You know, even Nicole would be able to say that. And that's why I went back and forth with this, because at first I was like, okay, I believed Sam. And then after the reunion, he apologized. I'm like, okay, but now y'all got me thinking maybe they are in some type of.
Are we allowing?
It's like, let me just apologize.
What did he apologize for?
Right. He didn't definitively apologize for lying on Nicole. He said, I wish the conversation never happened
with Benaiah.
And I apologize. So
are we allowing
raised a
room
good
for
point.
creative editing on Nicole's part? Or y'all just think, nah, she lying?
So everybody think that she did?
I think that Nicole might have tried to sleep with him or get physical or whatever the case, and it's okay because they're engaged.
Right.
I don't see why it would be so taboo. They were literally engaged. She said that she loved him. It shouldn't have been a big deal.
Exactly.
But as an adult, one that waited later in life to even get sexual, I wouldn't think that she would let somebody lie on her in the moment. To me, that just doesn't make sense.
That's interesting. So with what's going on right now, you guys think potentially Benaiah, he not in the picture anymore?
I don't know. I
would have to see those comments. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to.
I just saw what was in my comments.
One thing though about Benaiah, because Tammy and I we spoke about this. What I think we were on the same page with that was the night of the London mixer. I had a lot of people in my comments. They're like, "Oh, Benaiah's so protective and he's so sweet." I'm like, yeah, but he was also doing a lot in that scene, and to see how upset he still was at the reunion, I'm like, Benaiah, baby, even your sister told you let it go. It kind of gives protector who might be able to gradually move into like a controlling type of person. I understand him wanting to protect Nicole, but when you want to protect her to the point where you're like, she can't make her own decisions. I mean, her decision making isn't that great, but still, it was a bit much to me.
And did you see at the reunion, he made reference to her being naive and her face, like she did not like the fact that he said that. I wonder if he does see himself as a little bit like
her daddy. Like, yeah, it's yeah.
I think there's still something off with them because even the moment Sam came out, Benaiah immediately looked at her and was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And Sam hadn't done anything but come out with his hair.
I was like, "Are you okay?"
And that was the thing. And that I feel I think that Benaiah is controlling. There is a twinge of control that's there, and I think it comes from just maybe masculine fragility. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He seems threatened by Sam's presence.
I definitely see the threatened by his presence for sure.
He seems threatened by
the thing is, if you believe in your relationship, like, why are you so pressed?
Why do you care? And I mentioned this too. Like Sam was so Ben was so upset that Nicole was like, we can just move forward. And he was like, no, you're naive and you're playing this like, if she don't care, why do you?
Exactly.
Yeah. And even his mom and sister said when he came home to Germany, he couldn't even eat. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing. I'm like, was it really that deep? And the fact that his sister had to tell him to let it go, it's like, was he at home? Like, did he have a little like doll was poking pins in it? A Sam doll or something? Because it's a lot. And for this to be a year after, and Sam comes on stage and Benaiah's still like, I'm like, okay.
Can you put Tamara's comment on the screen?
Sure.
Yes, he is controlling, but not dangerous, just overprotective.
Oh no, that's all bad.
I wasn't gonna say that, so I'm sorry, Tamara, because I was just gonna say there's such a thin line, a very thin line between controlling and danger, because all it takes is for 1 minute, 1 split second in that mode of being controlling for it to turn dangerous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was telling y'all that there's also a thin line between quote unquote protective and controlling before we even get to the danger, right? it can start off as Benaiah saying, hey, Nicole, I don't like this guy. I don't think that you should talk to this guy. In this situation, Sam, he's not a good person. I'm just trying to protect you. There's a thin line between that and Nicole, I don't want you talking to this guy. I'm trying to protect you. He's not a good guy. And then you get to Nicole, you can't talk to this guy. I don't want you speaking to this guy. Matter of fact, I don't want you speaking to that person, or that person, because you have bad judgment and I'm just trying to protect you. That can easily happen in a very short space of time if you're not careful. So you don't want to think of everything as protection. Still be aware of those nuances and know that it can gradually escalate into something more than just protection. Okay.
Because the most successful people start small.
I know.
To like start small, make it gradual. Because if they come out the gate with that, you're prone to run.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
So,
all right, that's it on them, I'm assuming.
Oh, I don't believe. Well, I'm not going to say his grandfather wasn't sick. I will say, I had a number of people in my comments. I understand his grandfather was 2 sheets to the wind, right? I get that. However, why couldn't his sister come then?
Because they were both tending to him in Germany.
Both of them. At Uncle Ben's first wedding to the love of his life. Both of them had to be there. And I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to talk out of turn. But I mean, if he gonna pass, he's gonna pass. Never mind.
Now, Tammy.
Never mind.
This is how it is in the group chat too. We'd be like, Tammy.
Y'all wanted the group chat to go live. This is the group chat. So
no, but listen to what I'm saying though. Like, let's think about this. If I'm getting married, thank you, Becca. If I'm getting married and my grandmother is on her deathbed, do you really need? Well, I'm not saying that, but I mean for his sister, and I put myself into the situation, Libra, right? I put myself in everybody's perspective. If I am his sister, if my mother is tending to my grandfather, I'm going to go and support my brother. The same one that I could show up. Was the grandfather not sick a week ago when they were there? Did he suddenly fall sick?
You're right.
So let's not act like they weren't just there talking about some child. I mean, like y'all were just there yucking it up in the camera.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
I'm not saying
one of them could have been there.
His sister could have been there.
Yeah.
The reason I'm thinking about it, if I'm to play devil's advocate, is because the family is in Germany. Maybe they wanted to be like on standby, maybe potentially. I mean, y'all know how I feel. Fabrication all the way around.
So to your point, let me devil advocate your advocate, because that's what I like to do. Why didn't Benaiah go to be with his grandfather?
Real.
Let me take a sip.
Why didn't Benaiah? Because we have seen instances on Married at First Sight. Somebody had COVID, or had Covisha. So they had to push back the wedding. They could have rearranged the wedding. What's the rush to get married? If my grandfather is laid up, about to go on the glory, we should all go to Germany. Me and my fiance.
Right before I got married,
family together.
Right before I got married, my grandmother had a stroke. My mother takes care of my grandma. And so my aunt went down to take care of my grandma so that my mom can be at my wedding. So there's definitely ways that people can move around to make it happen.
That's what I'm saying.
Valid points. I can't argue with the points.
Yeah, true.
I can't argue with the points.
I always get there. I just take like the long way around.
And we'll walk with you. We'll walk with you there. We'll walk.
Hold my hand.
Yeah. No, you don't need your handheld. You got it. But yeah. You don't need your handheld.
Thank you, shrooms.
Next. Oh gosh, I wanted to highlight that. I don't know where to go next because I feel like the next three couples, there's a lot to talk about. And I also don't want to make it seem like we harp on Ollie a lot. So maybe let's just do Demi and Ollie next.
Not my homie Ollie.
Oh, your bestie. Tell us about your bestie.
Oh, who we starting with?
Demi and Ollie.
Projection. That's my word.
Oh, we're doing the word projection.
Yeah, you gotta put the word out there.
Sure.
Okay.
My word
is sublime.
Berserk.
Mad. Sublime. Those are my words.
Oh, but Demi's fire though.
Yeah, she fired.
Yeah, she fired though.
Okay, so Demi and Ollie. Do I think that Ollie was attracted to Demi?
Oh, we're going right there? Okay.
Oh, well, that's like the main thing.
Whatever you want to talk about.
All right. Do I think that Ollie was attracted to Demi? Yes, I do think that Ollie was attracted to Demi. But from what we saw, he expressed attraction to other people, in my opinion, more than he did to Demi. If it was all like on an even playing field, like if he referred to Demi as sublime and mad and berserk, then I would be like, okay, but you can't say that about other women and then be like, oh, but my girl, she fired though. You know, and then at the reunion to say that he had no attraction to Kat, like at all. It would be one thing if he's like, Kat, I mean, he did say, like he said, Kat is a beautiful girl, but nothing about her, like I didn't find her attractive. That I don't believe that. And that doesn't mean that I don't think that he's not attracted to Demi. I just think both are true. And he showed us more signs of him being attracted to Kat during the season than to Demi. So I do feel some of it is projection, but I do feel like a lot of it is what he showed us during the season as well.
Yeah. And so for the audience, if you guys didn't know, we're split. As the screen is split, that's kind of how the group chat is split. We're split in the middle.
On this topic, yes.
On this specific topic. I agree with what Shrooms is saying. What we saw on the show, because I see some people in the comments are mentioning an interview. Sure. Everything anybody's going to say on the interview is going to add more context to what we were seeing on the show. But we're just going to talk about what we saw on the show. I was put off a little bit by the enthusiasm expressed for people other than Demi. And so that's what made me question it, because up until that couples get together, I didn't question their attraction for each other as much as after the fact. My questioning before was, she does give off like homegirl energy. Listen, some of us do. I'm one of those girls too. Like, I'm not demure, not cutesy. Like, you're gonna get homegirl from me. And so I was wondering, like, how's that gonna vibe? Ollie, to me, based on what we saw on the show, gave the impression that that's not typically what he would go for. So yeah, seeing him have more enthusiasm for other women, it just I didn't like it. That's all.
Yeah. It's that tongue.
Lord, you and this tongue, girl.
I did apologize to Ollie for having the world looking at his tongue.
Because the way I never noticed it until Roxy said it.
I noticed it, but I didn't think it was a big deal. And then I was like, oh.
He found it to be funny. I was like, I saw your Jessie Woo interview and you were talking about that tongue. I was like, I'm so sorry that I brought attention to your tongue. He's like, no, it's all good. Ollie's cool, right? But I still feel like that the tongue tells some tales. Like I really think it does. Because we only seen it come out a couple of times. And apparently he did do the tongue thing on the wedding day. I missed that.
He did.
So
he did.
That's good. I'm happy. That's the only person that I wanted to see that tongue moving for in the first place. So I'm very happy that Demi got that as well.
Yeah. And before we go to the other argument, people in my comments were saying, like, it's natural for people to find other people than their partner attractive. Absolutely it is. Right. Me personally, if you are with me, dear future partner, don't express that much excitement. Don't do that. I have eyes, you have eyes, we have common sense. We know there's more people attractive. That's life.
Right.
Don't express that much enthusiasm. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a lot because even in the confessional, when they're like, what do you think about Kat? He's like, what do I think about Kat? Kat. I'm like, boy, your fiance is on the beach.
Crying.
It was a lot, but
I think he may think Kat was attractive, but just not his type. Someone can be attractive and not your type.
True.
Because he was, I think what he was trying to say is that he liked this, not this, but he didn't want to say it.
That's what he's saying in the interviews now. Yeah.
That's what I think it's coming down to.
Yeah, he pretty much said that the women that all his exes looked like Demi or Charlotte, or I can't remember the other lady's name. But pretty much he was trying to say black women, but he didn't say black women. Okay.
But was that a thing in your guys' comments? I'm sure it happened online. Like, it always happens. But was it happening in your comment, like making it a race thing?
No.
Mm-mm.
That wasn't happening in my comments.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't a race thing. I feel like it was undertone a weight thing.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Everybody.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Before I even met her, everybody's like, he's not gonna like her. He's not gonna like her. It's like, why?
Right.
Why do you think he's not gonna be attracted to her?
Even when Kat said that.
Exactly. And then even not Ollie, but then even Demi's in the back like, oh my God, I like to eat. What if he doesn't like me? What if he's not attracted? Then she comes out and he's like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. She has all the curves in the right spots. She has a nice booty, all these things. And then she's like, I don't think he likes me. I don't think he likes all the time. Like, that's annoying. If he did like her, that would make me, if I was him, that would make me not like her. Like, you're not even confident, and I'm not attracted to that. But I feel like she just projected so much of her own insecurities, so much so that everybody else picked up on it. Now everybody was walking around like, there's no way Ollie likes her. He's not attracted to her. That when Jasmine, for God's sakes, is yelling, she's insecure.
Yo, Jasmine.
Insecure.
That's wild.
That's some crazy word. And so for people to not understand that, like, what did Ollie ever come out his mouth and be like, anything that would make you think he's not attracted to her? Not once.
No, it's not anything that came out of his mouth for me. It was just comparing how he spoke about Demi to how he spoke about other women. That's all. And I feel like it would be the same way if it was flipped. Like, say,
what's going on? Wait, these faces.
She's reading comments.
I'm reading. Y'all are wild.
That's okay.
It'll be my turn. It'll be my turn soon. Go ahead, E.
Oh Lord. No.
Okay, wait. So what I was saying was, if it was reversed, right, and Demi, liked Freddy, and Demi is like, oh my God, Freddy is so fine. Did you see his six pack? Did you see him in his speedo? Oh, Ollie's fine too.
But if Freddy got a six pack, if Freddy and Ollie don't, then I mean, what we want to
But
say
there's still a way to do. Girl, Chloe, stop. Chloe,
girl.
Chloe.
We need to just stop acting like, okay, Charlotte is beautiful.
Right.
Just because he said, oh my God, she's sublime, does not mean that he's like, oh my God, Demi, throw her in the trash now.
No. I just feel like your enthusiasm.
But that's the way everybody's trying to make it seem, just because he didn't do that.
No, I just feel like you shouldn't have more enthusiasm for someone other than your mate. That's all. Like,
so
he
when
can
he
say
first
Charlotte's
met Demi,
beautiful.
he didn't seem excited?
Who?
When he first met Demi, y'all don't think he seemed excited?
As excited as these other girls?
But he wasn't like, oh my God, you're sublime, you're mad, you're berserk. No, he said that about someone else. So,
and the thing is too, I think for me, if it was a regular dating show, it wouldn't even matter because there's no stakes for anybody. Everyone's fair game, whatever. But because the goal is to end in marriage, it's like, if I was with somebody, that's not the character of the husband I'd want to be. Like, the enthusiasm is a little bit too much. Acknowledgement is fine. We could probably kiki about it when we're in the hotel. Like, did you see that girl?
Right.
But a little too much.
He's talking to his. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've seen men. I'm like, oh my god, that man. Oh my goodness. And that does not mean at one point and another that I don't feel like, oh my god, my husband's great. Like just because you see someone that's attractive and you express that to a person around you, like, oh my god, you see them. People do that all the time.
Yes, Chloe, you the person. But hold on, Chloe. If you were in the dating stage of you and your husband and you're with your homegirls and you're showing that much enthusiasm, would you be surprised if your girls were like, well, hold on, Chloe, what's that about?
No. Because I'm always looking at men, so things like that don't faze me. Okay. Maybe that's my thought process because I look at guys like I don't, and not for once do I ever see a handsome man that I'd be like, oh my god, he's gorgeous, or like, oh my god, he's so sexy, and be like, yeah, my husband doesn't look like that. Like that never happens. You get what I'm saying? Like
no, but we didn't say anyways. That way. We didn't say that.
It don't compute that way. And just because he may think she's a beautiful woman does not mean that he can't feel like Demi's attractive as well.
We're not denying the attraction.
Right. It's just his level of expressing.
Because you guys are saying that you kind of are when you say, but he didn't do that for her. You're basically saying that means that he doesn't see it for her the same way he would if she looked like something else.
Doesn't see it for her in that way, sure. Not attractive? No. I never said he does not find her attractive.
Yeah.
But go, Tammy.
So
I know
let me just patiently waiting.
No, it's fine. I see what Chloe is saying. But Chloe, you wild. Because if your husband is out doing that with other women,
bring it home, Tammy. Bring it home.
No. If my husband sees other women and he's like, oh my God, she's pretty or whatever case may be, as long as that's the conversation, that's fine.
But that's not what you just said that. But that's not what you just said that you do.
I said I'm not witness to that. If I'm not witness to having a conversation with his friends about someone, a girl that's attractive, that's on them. As long as you don't go over to approach her, talk to her, try to touch up on her. Like, we are human. We see things that we like. That doesn't mean that, like, now that we're married, oh my God, everybody doesn't look good anymore. Like, if I'm with my girls and we see a handsome guy, right? And we're like, oh my God, he's handsome. Now I'm like, now you're gonna be like, oh my God, she must not like her husband. Like, no, that's not how it works.
That's not how you explained it earlier. But that's okay. Okay.
That is what I say.
Okay. Watch the replay. Watch the replay. I'll say this. I want to address a comment. So there was somebody that said in the comments that Ollie was not or could not have been attracted to Demi because he is fitness focused. Look, I think some of y'all got the game a little twisted. Demi is not huge. Demi did not look unhealthy. Demi was not sloppy.
She's quite
Demi
fit.
Was not huffing and puffing in anything she did. And Demi's face card didn't decline. And let's be real, like Demi looks good. That. But I will say, I think that it's projection because I can go pull up my comments from the first 4 episodes before they met. And there were people all up and through them comments saying, Ollie is not going to like her. With no merit, no indication of what Ollie liked, no background on what his type is, what his preference is, what his anything was. And people were in the comments standing 10 toes down with Katherine saying Demi is not going to like her. That's why I think it's projection. Now, when you saw her, what is that back? Is that me?
I don't know.
What is
Chloe,
it? Is it what it sound like?
Like feedback.
Is it me? You hear it?
Mute yourself and
I don't hear it when you talk.
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Well,
that's you.
I had to move down to my living room, and so more space. I'm gonna mute when I'm not talking.
Okay. So that's why I think it is projection from the audience. And because the audience felt that way initially, no matter what Ollie did when he met her, it was never going to be excitable enough for people. It was never going to be grand enough for some people. It was never going to be enough because some people, not saying my other half of the group chat, but for some people, he was not going to like her because y'all felt that he was not going to like her. And I think that it just escalated and built upon from there. Do I think he was attracted to Demi? Sure. Do I think that if Charlotte would have been there with another man, would they have gravitated towards each other? Yes.
So how do we feel now that he is, I guess, complicated? We're sure.
Go for it.
I predicted that. So
nobody wants Demi's body type. Jay, what's your body type?
Okay, blocked.
Right.
No,
bye.
I'm curious because
no, they're blocked regardless.
She's beautiful,
okay.
but y'all
Alexis, where you at, girl? Can you block them, Alexis? Thank you.
Alexis popped up right away. Alexis was next comment like here. But I think that a lot of it was projection. And I think because we all know how this goes, once you have something set in your mind, right? For instance, I didn't like Kat from the moment that she said that Ollie would not look good with Demi. So no matter what Kat did the rest of the season, I was not going to like her ass. Without fail. I knew it. And I think the same thing happened in this particular case.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, girl.
But did Ollie's behavior and his excitement for other women help or hurt that? You can't say that the way that Ollie talked about other women helped for people to think, okay, yeah, he only has eyes for Demi. Like,
well, I don't think he only had eyes for Demi, though. That I don't think. I said in my recaps, I think that if somebody that he was more attracted to came along, he would go. Right. But at the beach, I think he was drunk, for one, when he did initially meet Kat.
They were all loose.
Yeah. They were all drunk. I mean,
they be getting them.
I say things when, believe it or not, I say things when I'm drunk as well, you know? So things happen. When it comes to Sublime and Berserk, Mad, all that other stuff, he had a connection with Charlotte. So it's not like it was a random woman from the pods coming down. This was like his third choice based on what he said in the interview. So knowing that, somebody said rest in peace, knowing that little bit of context, I think makes it different. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of it was projection.
I feel like a lot of it could have been projection. Let me say, I feel like a lot of it was projection, but we can't solely blame projecting. We also have to look at what we saw. Look at Ollie's behavior as well. That played a part. In it too. Because go on.
I was gonna say, I just think his behavior was to his other connection, though. I think for me, I would look at it differently if he was saying that about Jasmine, or if he was saying that about Maria, people he didn't have a connection with. But it's Katherine who he was down to the wire with. So is it that crazy that the woman that he did have a connection with, he thinks is pretty too?
Yeah, no, it's not that it's crazy, but for me, like I said, it's just the level of enthusiasm, right? Personally, would put me off. And that's what made me wonder, like, okay, sir, so do you want us to think that you are more into her than what it really is? Like, that's the question. But I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't question attraction, which, like you're saying, Tammy, off rip, that's what the majority of the audience was. Well, not the audience, people in our comments were saying.
No, it was the audience. It was all up and through Twitter and TikTok and Facebook and Reddit.
Yeah, and that is frustrating because it's just going off of aesthetics. Like, oh, why would a guy like that? Even Demi did it herself. If I would have passed him, I would be like, oh, he's cute, and then keep moving. Like, even she thought it initially too. So it's unfortunate that that's become the story. Speaking of him and Charlotte being together, I was watching an interview, and she said, this is Demi, that I think a few days after the wedding, they attended a birthday party, and then she had a conversation with Charlotte, basically saying, hey, like, things are over, like, it is what it is. And then a few months later, they started dating. However, he was telling Demi something different than what Charlotte was telling Demi. So I don't know. I don't know, Ollie, but Godspeed, you're with your girl who's sublime. So
I think Demi's self-esteem played a factor in that too. And it
of
could have
course,
factored into Ollie feeling as if he couldn't be honest with her.
of
Because if
course.
Demi spent the entire, 8 weeks or whatever, saying that, like Chloe said, I like to eat and I like to do this and I'm a bigger girl and all the other pressure that she put on herself, Ollie, maybe he's super gentleman, I don't know, but maybe he felt that he couldn't be honest with Demi because now I'm with Charlotte, who is thinner, who the world feels is more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It could send Demi into a bigger spiral.
Yeah, but I feel like
Fortunate.
with Charlotte, if I was Charlotte and we're together, like we're not going to the reunion and we're like, like if we're together, that's my man.
Oh, that was crazy.
We're together. Cause that's why I said I think it's maybe just friends with benefits or a situationship. And Charlotte, if that's your man and you can't even, like, y'all not saying it on national television, that's a problem. Like, who are you protecting? Demi is his ex. He's your man now.
Well,
if that's the situation, I don't know. That was kind of
I feel like they were scared to say it.
Yeah, like why?
Like they were just scared to like put it out there. Like, are y'all together or not? Like, yes or no? Bro.
Y'all watched Marshall's season, right?
Yeah, with Jackie and Josh and
yeah, because a similar thing happened to him. At first, he was like, "Oh, I'm in a thing that's complicated or whatever."
Oh, with the girl, yeah.
Yeah, and now they're engaged. So, make it happen.
I know y'all love Marshall. I don't see
who's y'all. Okay, moving on.
Nah, not y'all, but I know the majority of people just love Marshall, child.
I don't have a problem with him.
I got crucified for my house on Marshall.
They found out that
I got crucified.
I will say, to wrap up Demi and Ollie, I didn't like how Demi was so worried about
Nicole.
Uncle Ben and Nicole and Sam. You should have been checking Jasmine and you should have went a little harder at Kat.
So again, in this interview, she said her only friends from the show, her only close friends are Nicole and some girl named Elle or something like that.
I love Elle.
So she don't fool with Jasmine. She don't fool with Jasmine.
Wait, who? Demi?
We know what happened with Jasmine. Jasmine told the world she was insecure.
Well, there's that. But also because Jasmine is a mutual friend between her and Charlotte, basically it was like...
But that's kind of petty then.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what she said in the interview. She was like, Jasmine is closer to Charlotte, so let them have that. And her friend is Nicole.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
The interview was with Will and Jovu. It's near the end. It's called Spill the Tea.
Sorry.
She said, ew. Wait, who you ew in, Nicole?
Dang.
Who's Nicole?
What?
All right, we're losing the plot. The plot.
Not who's Nicole.
Never mind. I remember Nicole now. I remember Nicole.
This is how the group chat is.
We be like, scroll back. We said it already. Scroll up.
Let's do Katherine and Freddy since she's kind of in the conversation. Oh, a lot of sighs. Okay, what's your one word?
Mine is not safe for work.
Right? That's why I would just laugh.
We're not at work. Speak your mind.
You are.
Well,
Wait, who we doing?
Katherine and Freddy.
I think that my word is female dog.
Okay.
Yo, at the end of your review, when you said that,
Roxy's laid out.
because there was so much like power behind the. I was like, oh my God.
Say it with my chest.
I was like, I don't like Kat. I was just happy that she didn't cry at the reunion because, baby, if Kat started crying,
Roxy, she didn't not cry. She was stopped from crying.
She was right. So I'm happy that they stopped it. I was looking at. I said, "Bitch, you better not start crying and make yourself the victim." Because anyway, we're giving one word. Okay, I don't have a word. Just get me, because get me.
Chloe.
They did Chloe's.
I want to take the same word that Tammy has for 100, please.
Wow. All right. Okay. All around.
What's your word, Queen?
What's my word? People don't really like the words that I use, because when I said run of the mill, they thought it was mean. I want to say dense, and dense in the sense of like I have a word. She didn't understand, huh?
I got a word. Manipulative. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It's almost like she was purposely trying not to understand the points that Freddy was trying to make. So with the cheating thing, it was like, oh, but once a cheat, always a cheat. With the prenup thing, oh, but you like with the lifestyle, oh, but you're calling me bougie. Like, you're choosing not to hear what he's saying. You're choosing not to understand. You're choosing to find problems. I feel like you're being dense on purpose. Like, what's happening? So that's my word.
Freddy was literally the most, to me, level-headed, kindest, most understanding guy on the show this season. And she still found an issue with everything. After the reunion, I started getting mad at Freddy. Like, Freddy, come on. Stand up.
Freddy knows what this is for him. You really think he's gonna jeopardize the response he done got from the show?
Now, I like Freddy, but do you think that Freddy could have been really yucking it up throughout the season?
I think a part of that was that.
That would be smart. That would be smart.
If Freddy saw her a step away, a cry away from a weep, right? Every other day. And she was a step away from a crash out. Like, Freddy knew. He could genuinely be a good guy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Freddy, honestly, I think that all of the men at the reunion were pretty smart about how they carried themselves. Like, Queen, you were saying in your review how apologetic Tom was. Even Sam, Sippy Cup Sam, he even apologized. Freddy didn't really have anything to apologize for, but I think that the UK guys were smart in the sense that no one wanted to be the villain, or at least remain the villain. Whereas like in the US season, you got like Uche, Shake, Shane. They didn't give a damn. I feel like the UK guys, they were actually trying to leave this show with something still intact, you know. They were smarter about it for sure.
Shake was by far.
Shake didn't get Shake thing. He like, who won it? I don't care.
Be mad at Shake, because if you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm a straight shooter," and whatever, be that through and through, and he surely was.
He don't care. He still don't care.
It's not that I'm suspicious of everybody. I just see all points of view. I'm not suspicious of Freddy. I think that people are giving him a lot. I like Freddy, but people are saying he's perfect. And he says, I think people are just giving Freddy a lot simply because he didn't lay down on her ass the way I think he should have a couple episodes.
But not even that. Like you're saying, when Katherine made certain comments in the pods, a lot of people had already formed their opinion on her. So we were going to look at her more than we looked at Freddy anyways.
Yep.
And so it didn't help that Freddy had a pretty pristine edit on the show. I think by what's the episode that I didn't post in full? I think it was 9. I don't know if I cut it out or if I included it.
9.
That's when I started to have some questions about Freddy. I was like, there's missing pieces here, especially because he started to say, "Oh, I don't feel like I'm good enough," and I whatever. I'm like, I think he projects his insecurities as much as Katherine does, but not on like not vocal. I don't know. He doesn't vocalize as much as her, but I think they share that. But it was highlighted in Katherine more than it was highlighted in him. Because I'm like, how are you coming off saying like, "Oh, I don't feel like I'm good enough"? I felt like that came kind of out of nowhere. And I also noticed that in the edit, a lot of people had their self-reflection moments in the talking heads. Katherine a lot, Demi a lot, even Ollie sharing about his ADHD and stuff like that. Freddy didn't really see much of those introspective talking head moments. And I was like, what are the producers trying to shield when it comes to Freddy? That was my question.
If you could highlight Lola Lucky 89.
This last one?
Yes. Okay. So I've seen people say this a lot. We don't know if Freddie's a good guy because, and I'm not saying that he's not,
Right.
but Freddie is also somebody that is very well aware that he's on a show and he is curating and he is producing himself to be the person that we are seeing. The same way that everybody is on every reality show.
Yeah, everybody does it.
So it's a lot of people saying that that's a good man, Savannah. And I mean, let's be real. If he was such a good man, why did he have to come on a show and meet somebody through a wall?
I think that when you start looking at couples, when one person is just like over dramatic, always extra, basically just horrible person, it makes the other person look that much better.
It does.
So that's just how it's gonna play. So because he tolerated and put up with that, you know, it's gonna be like, oh, he's such a good man. Because she's so bad, like you can't even understand. Like you have to be chef's kiss to deal with that type of situation. That's what I get from there.
And I think that some people are taking that just to the extreme.
Yeah, because you're not focused on Freddy. And that's the thing, when you watch couples, when you're not focused on someone, you don't really know if you like them or not, because you know for a fact that you don't like the other person, which some way causes us to feel sympathy for the other person, which then clouds our judgment for their character sometimes as a whole, especially if they're not doing anything per se that's not like out there that looks bad.
Yes.
No, what?
So no,
I can't. We got laughing.
No, Chloe, my laugh has nothing to do with you. I promise. My laugh has nothing to do. Check the group chat.
Well, don't say that, E.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not in my phone. I'm on my phone, so I can't check anything. I can't see the comments.
Wow, that sent me. But I agree with what you said, the parts that I was paying attention to. I think I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Chloe. I wasn't.
Sorry, Chloe. I'm sorry.
Chloe, we're not laughing at you.
Okay, we have to address what we're laughing at again. Okay, we have to address what we're laughing at. Holly, I know you're one of mine for sure. No, Katherine never taught them Down syndrome kids how to swim. She's a liar. She's a liar.
This is the same conspiracy that I have about Nicole being an actress. We all got our one conspiracy. We all got our one.
I'm sorry. Chloe, would you like to repeat what you said?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna repeat it.
Blame Roxy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, especially at the reunion, I was like, oh Lord, I do think he's yucking it up, like Tammy said. The solemn, the sad face. I'm like, if you're saying, oh, this my girl, we're gonna be friends forever, like it's not even that deep between us, whatever. What's with the sadness? And then it didn't help. What's her name? Betsy Sue? Betsy Ray? What's her name?
Yeah, Betsy something.
Betsy,
daughter.
some kind of double barrel name. Oh yeah, I stand by everything I said. Oh yeah, my brother. Oh yeah, we ride it down. Oh yeah. I'm like, what is
10 toes. She said, I said it then and I say it again. What's up? I thought she was about to run up on the stage. Betsy wasn't playing.
Betsy Dora, thank you. Betsy Dora.
Yeah. That's right. He admitted to cheating. He is not a good man, Savannah.
Oh Lord.
How old is Freddie? How old is Freddie? How old
not
was
over
he
30.
when he cheated?
He's not.
I don't know how old none of these
19, 18.
Oh, when it happened. Okay.
Once a cheater, always a cheater.
What was he like in college?
I don't know. I just know, regardless of how we feel about Freddie, Katherine had no business diving into a marriage with nobody, because girl, you're doing a lot. Sit down, take a beat, go and heal. It was a lot.
You know what?
Somebody said that Katherine was awkward around Jack, so she couldn't have been teaching the Down syndrome kids how to swim.
She was a bit awkward. She was.
She was. Roxy?
Oh, what I was saying was,
wait. Did we talk about Kat being all over Sam? That was odd too.
Wait, no, but what I was saying was, now I'm kind of like taking heed to what you were saying, what y'all are saying about Freddie, because it's been a year, right? I know, and I said this, I know Freddie's DMs are popping, okay? Jumping. I know his DMs are popping. So for it to be a year later and you at the reunion and you still like,
even if he got a bad edit, his DMs would still be popping. I don't think you're this heartbroken over Katherine. Be for real.
Now y'all got me thinking. See, that's why
I'm just saying. I
don't know.
Crying. But yes, Chloe, talk about how all over Sam she was.
Someone said his DMs are berserk.
They're going mad.
They're going mad in his DMs. Mad. Go on, Chloe.
No, I just thought it was weird because like the way she was like, she just, I don't know. Watching that, I was just like, Kat, like it was out in the open. It really felt like at one point like she wanted to be with Sam. I was just like, the way she acted towards Sam was totally different with how she treated Freddie the whole time. Like she nitpicked with Freddie about everything, but it's like she lit up around Sam, and that was very strange to me. Even though they had like, I guess some type of connection, but
bruh.
I don't think she was, and I don't know if is she not attracted to Freddie?
The way that when Sam showed up and Kat said, "Oh my God, he looks like my ex. Yeah. Oh my God, he looks just like my ex. Oh my God, he looks just like my ex." And then when Freddie said, "Oh, Charlotte, she's attractive. She's
think of how that nice. Makes me feel.
Oh my God,
girl.
I was like, is she okay? Do they need to run the tape back like right in this instant? Because I was like, okay, Kat, you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she actually liked Freddie at all because the way she acted towards Sam, different.
So there was a reviewer who, which one was it? I'm just trying to credit, and I forget which video it was, but they hypothesized that once she deduced that Freddie had it like that, the attraction grew.
Oh, I did mention that in my video, that she only calmed down after she saw that house. And then she's like, okay, maybe I can work with this.
I mean, she was acting like he was living in like,
I remember you said that,
the house on Bel Air. Like, what's going on?
Well, she lived with her parents, so maybe anything is probably better because she still is living with her parents. So
wait, is she?
Yeah.
That's why he was like, he went to the parents and he was like, she can still live with me and whatever.
Yeah, she's just trying to get out her parents' house.
Why y'all didn't tell me this before?
You didn't hear it. She said it.
Yeah.
And her parents were trying to get her out the house too. You see how rude she was to her dad at the wedding.
But also like lovely. Oh, where did it go? Gosh, this chat's moving fast.
It is moving fast.
No, that's not the one.
Well, while you look for it, let me just say, hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Please make sure you like the video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Queen E. Well, subscribe to all of us, but especially Queen E right now because she is so close to 60K.
Oh my gosh, I'm so close, guys.
Let's get her to 60K tonight.
That would be dope. But all of their links are in the description of this video. You guys can literally just click the link.
How many more subs you need?
How many more subscribers you need?
Let me check. But to anybody who's looking for the other ladies' channels, they're in the description. They're linked. So you just got to click the link.
If Queen E gets to 60K tonight, Tammy Talks will twerk for y'all. Okay? So let's get it done. Run it up. Run it up. Tammy is ready to twerk. Okay?
All right, so we're going to need 62 people.
62 for a twerk from Tammy Talks. Let's go. Make it happen.
If you could put Girl Nettles, is it Nettles? I can't see. Y'all know I can't see. 500 more people should be liking the video.
Not y'all being Catherine's in the chat. Y'all better hit like.
That's not
my God.
I can't find the comment, but I was gonna say I've heard a lot of people, I don't live there, don't know if it's true, but I've heard a lot of people say that home buying in the UK is like truly the pits. So the fact that he has a home and it is as big as it is, it's a big thing. It's a thing to be hyped about.
And also he got a bedazzled mirror, like on top of that.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that mirror. Can't stand it.
I love it for him.
The whole bedroom set was
very demure, very cutesy.
Very cutesy. Very cutesy.
It was something. It was really giving.
Yeah, it's probably for the best that we stopped there.
Ashley's furniture.
I'm not mad at Ashley's furniture.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I really wanted to know at the reunion. I mean, the reunion was cool, but I feel like a lot of questions were left unanswered. I would have really liked to hear Freddy's response to the hosts asking him how he felt about Kat flirting with Sam. Because for some reason, I feel like Freddy would have been like, well, it was probably my fault. Like, I feel like Freddy would have somehow blamed himself because for him to watch the whole series, that he watched the same series we watched, but I mean, he was actually living it. But to take 50% of the blame, I'm like, where's your 50%?
When you're a good-looking man and you come into some popularity, you need to soak up that victim trope.
That's now I'm just like, y'all got me looking at Freddy different now.
Because all the ladies who were prepared already to come and kiss his feet, okay, are gonna do that even more now, seeing how he reacted. I'm just, but we can be friends. She'll be my friend forever. Okay, all right. And then she's feeding into it too. You're gonna make one woman so happy, and so like, please.
Y'all think that
she's gonna make somebody miserable?
But do y'all think that Freddy will be on the next season of one of those shows? Those perfect.
He's in the universe now. Yes.
So.
Yes.
Which show you think he'll be on? I don't see it.
Perfect Match.
I don't think he would do another dating show of this magnitude.
I think he will.
I know Kat would do it if she was.
Oh, she absolutely will.
Yeah.
That's why I watched it.
Oh boy. You said don't watch it?
I said that's why I don't, because it's all the rejects. It's all the people nobody likes.
Yeah.
I will say that in my comments, a lot of people were saying that because there were some questions that I felt should have been asked, and there were times where the host didn't, pry more, but I'm like, clearly everyone watched. What's that show that y'all watched? Love Island. I didn't watch Love
Island, yeah.
But I'm like, clearly everyone watched Love Island because they're very aware of, the bullying situation that happened on that show. I watched our reviews, and so I know that they had to put a disclaimer and everything. So apparently,
I don't think it's that.
People were saying that they didn't want, and they also said that UK reality TV is just different and a lot more tame, and they're more aware of mental health and bullying and stuff like that.
Oh, no, that's not what I was going to say.
On the shows,
Love Island, the UK version, one of the hosts actually took her life. And this
from
is
like bullying, because of bullying and stuff.
A lot of factors went into that, honestly. But there have been people in the reality TV space who genuinely like crash out because of how people respond to reality TV stars. I think that in America, another country I don't live in, but because there are more popular faces that people are used to seeing, there isn't that same like crash out behavior than there is in the UK. So when those people come out, like when I see Love Islanders come out at the airport, they are bum rushed like nobody's business. So I think, considering how vile people can be on the internet, people can be in person, the newspapers over there in the UK, sometimes it's actually disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think they knew, listen, Katherine of all people, she's about 2 seconds from something. It's best that we don't even go. Yeah, the UK, they're known to take things just too far. Too far. Let me read this super chat. Thank you so much. Also,
thank you, Renee.
Renee says, I'm so glad that someone else noticed that Kat was rude to her parents. That chick should have been kicked out. Oh, from her parents' home or from the show? What? Okay, we're done. We're done.
Thanks, Renee.
Oh my God. All right.
Were there any? Who are the other couples? Bobby and Jasmine?
Yeah, we have one more.
Oh.
We got two more.
Sabrina and Steve. No, just Sabrina and Steven. I had a list.
Bobby and Jasmine.
We didn't speak about Bobby and Jasmine.
We spoke about them.
We didn't talk about Bobby and his ears.
No, we did not.
Guys, I brought up Bobby. Okay, we can talk about them.
Chad, did we speak about Bobby and Jasmine?
What we say about them, E?
I've been going in order. Okay, maybe I skipped them. I don't know.
Talk about the earrings. That's a comment.
About Freddy giving them earrings. I mean, he didn't pay for the earrings anyway. They don't pay for these things. He
didn't pay for the earrings.
They don't pay for these rings and stuff? Well, okay, I'm going.
I know they don't pay for the rings. Yeah,
I'm going off the U.S. gifts and stuff like that. That's why I feel like with Sam's ring, when Nicole was trying to give it back, he's like, "Oh, keep it." Like, girl, I didn't pay for that. Like, and I feel like the same thing for the earrings. So it really made no difference. It was just a nice gesture. Yeah.
I guess
this is for Bobby and thing.
No, this is the talk about the earrings comment.
Freddy.
The only thing with Bobby in his ears and Jasmine is he's a smart guy.
Smart guy. Okay.
Poor Taj. Her mama was rude. That's the only thing that's like notable to talk about. I mean, they seem happy together. Good for them. But it's a matter of time before Bobby sneezes the wrong way and her mama goes off.
I'm confused by the mom because when they're walking down the aisle at the ceremony, oh, I love you, Bobby. What's happening here?
And she said she accepts him now, right? So I'm sure it's like smoothed over.
You believe that lady accepts him now?
I mean,
I question the mom's. I honestly think maybe the mom was excited to be on TV.
She looks evil.
I said that either she does love him because she sees, how happy he makes her daughter, or Jasmine had a stern talking to her mom before the reunion and was like, look, girl, they've been dragging you on Twitter. They've been dragging you on Instagram. Don't show your ass at this reunion. Say all the right things, and that's it.
She didn't say a damn thing to her mama. No. I don't think she said anything to her mom.
Miss Pretty Amazing, I do.
You think she was putting on?
Either she's acting or there was something just off, because from the even excluding the reunion, from before the wedding to the reception, I was like, what the hell is going on? And I guess, like the ladies were saying earlier, when you're putting those positions, like, how much could you really say at this point? Like, it's not like the mom could still show out, but I don't know. I just don't know if I fully buy it. I think maybe she got camera happy.
I think her Jasmine's mom is pretty tame. I don't know why I just thought about Sister Patterson, like I Love New York's mom, Mama Joyce, like those mamas. If y'all think
Mama Jones,
Mama D,
Mama D, child,
Mama
those
D.
mamas don't give a damn for real. They don't give a damn what nobody got to say about anything.
ooh, Mama D.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to me. That was the episode that I cut short, but what I didn't post was, yeah, some things were kind of like brash to say. Even the way that she kind of skipped over Bobby to just greet Jasmine when they first met. Unfortunately, for a lot of immigrants, we're kind of like, nah. I mean, if you come from a culture that's pretty
big on education,
big on provision, big on we don't fool with this 3 weeks and then you're married to somebody, like barring what's that called? Arranged marriage. But even that, they have their rules and stuff. When you come from a rough culture like that, I don't know. I wasn't really too put off by Jasmine's mom. That's why I was like, I think maybe she was just excited to be on camera.
I agree with her mother about it's hard to communicate with somebody that lacks education. But I don't think that was the case, or I don't think that was the issue with Bobby. Because he didn't seem uneducated. Yeah, he didn't, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't go to, y'all call it university? He didn't go to university.
What do you call it?
College.
Oh.
But I'm also a...
Don't say it. I was waiting for you to say
I'm an American.
Interesting.
That just calls it college. I went to college. But I agree. I see what she's saying, because there are some times where if you are talking to somebody that doesn't have the same level of education as you, there is sometimes a barrier, but it's just rude to say.
Yeah.
It's rude. I've had conversations with people that I know don't have my same level of education, and it's like, good God. But I would never be like, with your dumb ass, like, I would never say that, because it's rude.
Rude to say.
It's rude to say. It's a true statement, but it's rude AF to say it. Especially considering Bobby speaks intelligently enough. He doesn't give ignorant. Like, he was clean. His clothes matched. I mean, nothing about him seemed as if he was a level below them or anything.
That's another reason why I'm looking at the mama like,
I think the only way to immediately impress Jasmine's mom would just be if you had hella money. I think she wouldn't care about your education. She wouldn't care about anything. As long as Jasmine's like, oh my, this one, he got a lot of money. She'll be fine.
I can see that.
She'll be okay.
I can see it too.
I don't think Bobby had all that money though, right?
Well, he said
he works on cruise ships. I can only assume probably not.
He's like a
luxury shopping guide or something.
Personal shopper or something.
On cruise ships though, that part is true.
I thought he was in sales.
On a cruise ship, I think.
Oh.
He does it on a cruise ship.
Because whatever it is, his bio.
Yes.
Yeah, in his bio, he said he's gone for long periods of time because of his job. So he'd be on the cruise selling.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jasmine,
how is that? When his cousin passed away, he found out while he was at sea.
Jasmine gonna be on that boat. Jasmine and her mama. They gonna be like, you ain't going nowhere.
They got bodies like dancers. They got bodies like dancers.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
That's it?
He's a luxury shopper on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I've never been on a cruise.
No idea.
Like, what does that mean?
Like some cruise ships have stores on the ship, and I guess Bob helps you shop.
Well, oh no, some cruises stop, right? They do like go to like certain islands and people go shopping. So maybe
I mean, I get that part, but like, why did you need a personal shopper on the cruise?
I don't know.
You didn't pack no clothes? I don't care. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know. Oh, another reason why I think the mom was camera happy was because Bobby in his talking head was like, "Oh, that went great." So I'm like, "What went great?"
I'm sorry. What are the what?
The talking heads is when it's just them and the camera and the
professional.
producers.
Okay,
the professional.
Okay, I was.
Okay.
What is she talking about? Okay.
Yeah. I know it is both. I'm just used to saying talking head.
No,
confessional, that brings me back to like real world. But yes, the confessional. I'm just like, I don't know. There's a disconnect here when it comes to the mom. I don't know. I
don't like her.
But I also wasn't put too far off because I'm like, I have aunts. My mom, when we were younger, kind of had the same cadence. I was like, well.
I can't swim, so I don't want to go on a cruise.
We need to get Tammy on a cruise.
Me either. That's why I'm scared to go on a cruise. My best friend keeps trying to get me to go.
I can't swim. I think I would get seasick, to be honest.
I sent y'all a picture of how I swim.
Crying. Do you want me to put it up, Roxy?
Let me try to.
Is that why you sent it?
Let me try to find it. If you have it, that's my
last is Sabrina and Steven.
Somebody insert the GIF. I told
y'all. They fooled me. I was a sucker at first. I was, because I was like, oh my God, they're gonna make it. But when we really started seeing them together, I was like, what is this? I feel like they didn't want to dive deep enough. Like, I don't know.
But even production didn't want to dive deep enough. Production knew, like, oh, this is the one where we could make it seem like they're perfect. Let's not even.
And I think that's what it was. Like, they tried to sell us a dream of a perfect couple. And then when it really, like, showed itself, it was like, yeah, no, this is not going to last.
I just find it funny that I thought that Benaiah was the broke one when it.
Right.
So my issue is Steven. And y'all, if y'all, my subscribers know how I felt about Steven. I know y'all like Freddy, but for me, it was Steven. Okay,
he's cute.
He is,
and he had a fade.
He did.
I said, "Where's your barber? What Earl did you go to?" Okay,
but it really seems like after the show, he, like, when they were finally off camera, he just flipped a switch from what Sabrina is saying. Like, he went from being super attentive and involved, and after those cameras were off, he was like, all right, girl, I'm gonna see you when I see you. And the whole Christmas thing, when she said that he texted her, first of all, text
is wild.
2 days before Christmas to say you're not.
As if Christmas was a surprise.
That's why I said Christmas come the same day every year, B. Every year it's gonna come. And then for him to say that he didn't manage his money, right? I'm like, well, that's not good either. He didn't manage his finances. So you knew Christmas was coming. You knew that y'all had made plans to come there. You didn't prioritize, you didn't save, you didn't put money aside, and then you sent her a text 2 days. I think you would know more than 2 days before if you can't make accommodations to go. And then people were in my comments talking about the tickets are only $40. Steven, what's going on, Steven?
No, you know what it is? I will never understand going on? The UK will be like, oh, long distance is so hard. But the UK is but this big. Like, it's not that hard to go from place to place. To go from state to state would take, would take longer than to cross the entire United Kingdom. So when they make it seem like, oh, the distance, I never get it. I never understand it. And
So
another
was
thing I don't
Steve-
understand about Steven is he was saying, oh, because after the show I had to regain my clients, I lost them, whatever. You were on a show for maybe max a month and a half. In a month and a half, you lost all your clients.
Well, that was an issue because why weren't you going to work while y'all were filming? We see a lot of people that still go to work.
Yeah. Like Kat, we saw her go to work with the kids at the pool. Like, so why couldn't Steven?
He probably didn't even have no job. I'm starting to think that he was faking all of this. Everything. He came in the first one to propose, first one to get married. No, he faked all of this. I'm sorry. Nope. I ain't
And the thing is, too, he's like, oh, the show made it seem like I was perfect or whatever. Bum the show. Sabrina bought whatever you were selling to her.
Right.
So why is Sabrina blindsided?
We said you were fine. We didn't say you were perfect.
Yes.
Isn't Steven a gym owner? Is that what he said he was?
Yeah,
so
gym owner.
in the 1 month,
CrossFit owner.
So in the 1 month that you were gone, you lost all your clients?
How credible is your CrossFit if it takes 30 days?
They all left?
Lying. Did anybody ever find
I'm so disappointed, Steven. I really liked him, y'all. I'm so disappointed.
He embarrassed the F out of you.
We were rooting for you.
I was rooting for him too.
We were all rooting for you.
Yeah.
It's
and
sad.
then he was like, and it very well could be true. We weren't there. He was like, oh, she kind of has like an attitude or whatever when she's upset. But sir, when it comes to the distance, she made her way to you 7 times.
7 times. 7 whole flights.
Twice.
Not a word.
I would have an attitude too.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah.
I told y'all, not y'all, but y'all, just because a couple doesn't get a lot of airtime and they're not showing their issues, it doesn't mean there aren't any.
For sure.
It means that they're not talking about the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room with them is every single time somebody asks them, where are you going to live? Oh, we'll figure that out. Why?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. No, the bridge is like 2 days away.
Exactly.
The bridge is
true.
right there.
Especially considering that with Bobby, he was like 2 days later, I packed up and left.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah. And then even in their confessionals, Steven said, we're going to do our first couple of months in London. And Sabrina said that they're going to be in Belfast. So clearly there was a miscommunication somewhere. So,
but even with all that being said, he's not much of a caller. He's not much of a texter. You don't live in the same city. Houseway.
Yeah, like what?
Do you think?
Not even much of a caller. He doesn't talk on the phone unless there's a reason.
A reason.
He scammed.
Is hearing my voice not reason enough? I'm calling to say hi. That's a reason.
That's a reason.
I feel like you'll call Steve and he'd be like, what's wrong? Is there an emergency? And you're like, no. Okay, so why are you calling me? Like, that's what I get from Steven.
That would make me go off because I don't have to have a reason to call you, nigga.
No, go ahead.
We're married.
I'm just waiting for the ex to come out. We haven't had any exes come out and expose anybody yet. I'm waiting
Can I say that I thought he was going to say his ex passed away?
Everybody thought I don't know. It sounded like it was going that way.
So where is she? Because how are you on your deathbed and you still want to break up with the person taking care of you? How bad of a caretaker are you?
Oh my God, that broke my heart.
You can go. Sis said, you know what? You can go.
Awesome.
I'd rather suffer alone than suffer with you.
Steven's ex said, look, I'm good. You can go.
You can go.
I'll be okay.
And get my own water. Like, what is going on?
And then it's funny because even in the conversation when Sabrina asked, how's she doing? He's like, well, I think she's okay. That, you see, from there, I should have been like, I should have known better.
That's true. Someone was asking.
He scammed me too then. He scammed me too.
Yeah, I got scammed. Steven,
Someone was asking why we had discernment for the other people and not for Steven. I promise you, they became a non-factor at some point for me. Like I
think
Why
because
we had what?
Steven was the first one to
Discernment.
propose like 2 days in. So I think everything just happened so fast that we didn't get enough time to like really see through the BS. And then they never discussed anything worth like dissecting. So it's like you just like glaze over it. So it's easy to miss.
Like to be honest, wasn't it Brett and Tiffany? Their same thing was distance too. They didn't talk about it much on the show, but they said at the reunion that their thing was distance. I don't care if your issue is distance. Quite frankly, that doesn't spark conversation for me.
Yeah, and remember,
I didn't have discernment with it. I clocked it.
No, somebody was saying to us,
yeah,
how can we have discernment about everybody but Steven? And it's like, because at some point you stop paying attention to them.
I mean, the thing with Steven and Sabrina, like you said, we saw them. I heard everyone gets engaged on the same day. We just saw Steven and Sabrina get engaged first. So they were kind of off our screens a little bit earlier. And then we saw them come back. But
what's happening? What are you guys responding to?
Everybody gets engaged.
Wait, I didn't know that. They get engaged the same day.
Yes, they do.
I thought they had the full like 2 weeks to like go in and figure it out. 10 days or whatever.
They have an engagement. They have that gifting day, that sentimental day, that whatever. It's all, but
because I was in my video like
to make it seem like
I was like, oh, Steven is about his business. He got engaged first, and I was like, no, Roxy, they all get engaged the same day.
You can even see on the days of engagement, they're dressed up. Way.
Yeah,
they're dressed a certain way. It's a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah. Sabrina. Who else do we have?
Yes, and they see each other the same day they get engaged.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, them Love is Blind producers over there working them hard, huh? Because that's a lie.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's a lie? If you propose to me, I'm trying to see what you look like.
No, I'm just saying, like, you get all dressed up to get proposed to, and then you get all dressed up to do the reveal. Like, that's a lie.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Maria's lipstick was running off because she had it. Okay.
No.
Okay. So my friend who is a makeup artist thought I was being rude, but respectfully, if you are a makeup artist and you have transfer that's that bad, respectfully, I'm not booking you.
Maybe that's why Tom was like, she not gonna make no money as a makeup artist. She can't even use white lipstick. Maybe Tom knew what he was talking about. Maybe Tom knew something we didn't know.
Don't kill me. Thanks for the super chat, Renee. Who was the villain? Sam, Kat, Jasmine's mom, or Steven?
Kat.
You say Kat? Roxy?
I'm gonna say Kat.
Okay, Kat.
I say Stevie Cat.
Steve scammed us. That's all.
I say Steven because it's those unsuspecting ones where I'm like, dang it.
He's a scammer.
You know, from Rugrats, a clown. He's a clown. That was me. I didn't see it before, child.
Right, yeah, use a lip stain.
Yes, lip stain. Agreed. But yeah, that's everybody. Final thoughts on the season? Or any message you want to give to the people who've been acting up in the comments? I don't know.
Oh, can we talk about spoilers real quick?
Sure.
What is the problem?
Now what is the problem?
For the most part, I think everyone does an amazing job at not putting spoilers in the comments. There's literally only like 1 or 2 people every now and then. So I guess should I address the 1 or 2 people?
There's 1 or 2 people for you.
For you, there's 1 or 2.
For me, there's 1 or 2 people that just like I had someone come on. So the weddings were episode not 10 and 11. I had someone go on my episode 9 video and was like, I'm so happy Freddy said no to Kat. I was like, well, thank you. The episode came out like 2 hours before that. I'm like, first of all, how did you even watch both episodes in the span of 2 hours? And then you come on so I had to watch knowing exactly what was going to happen. And I was like, well, why? Well, What is the matter? I don't get it.
I think it's
But
a
y'all
lack
get
of
way more
respect.
spoilers.
I think it's a lack of respect. And when I say respect, I think people don't, commenters, don't realize that not all content creators are full-time content creators. So like I work a 9 to 5. So I can't get up. I'm not gonna stay up until midnight to watch Netflix. When I
Right.
have to wake up at 5 o'clock, I mean, I snooze a little bit. But I'm not going to wake up to watch it to go to work. I don't like, I get y'all are excited, but you are just not. I promise you're not that excited. I promise y'all are not that excited. And I saw somebody say that sometimes our thumbnails are spoilers. Sure. But I think that's a difference because you are actively choosing to be on YouTube.
Yeah, you guys, I remember even when the reunion came, y'all will turn your notifications off.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all will not go on YouTube
Oh,
just
I'm
so
not
that you
opening
don't
Twitter,
see.
not opening YouTube.
Yeah, yeah,
I
None of
yeah.
that.
To avoid spoilers. Yeah.
I had to avoid life and actually work all day at work just so that, but I feel like if I go on YouTube and I see a thumbnail, I'm not upset about that because I did it to myself. If I get
Right.
on
Yeah.
Twitter and I choose to get in the hashtag, I can't be mad at anybody but myself. But when I roll over and I'm drifting to the next level of sleep and I see my phone light up and I look at it through one eye because my glasses are off and it's saying, wait till you see how Jasmine Mama goes in
Yeah.
on Bobby, that is
And
rage.
Tammy's really attentive in the comments, so she will see
That
the
is
comments.
Hmm.
rage that flows through my body
Don't
because
kill me.
there's literally no reason to do that.
For me, the point of the matter is just don't be a killjoy. You know, there are channels, y'all know them. There's plenty that will recap the whole batch. You can go over
Hmm.
there, you can go on Reddit, you can go on Twitter, you can make your own channel.
Someone said that there is no excuse for thumbnails because there are other people that are on YouTube.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
The point is,
No.
don't be a killjoy. But I enjoyed the season. I'm
I
ready for
did.
season 2. I'm excited.
I am. Oh, should we give an
How does
update
it
on
have
Mexico?
older content? Mexico,
We're not doing Mexico.
Caitlin,
maybe.
okay, could you highlight Caitlin's comment? I just want to just.
I actually enjoyed Mexico. I'm not gonna lie.
Why
I'm
can't we
about to
all?
finish it. I actually enjoyed
What
it.
what do you think that we, and not, I'm not saying that you're accusing us, but what do you think content creators spoil? Because a thumbnail is subjective. There's a difference between somebody having Demi and Ollie as a thumbnail and then somebody coming into the comments and saying Demi's gonna say no to Ali at the altar, just in case you didn't know, just so I can ruin your day. There's a difference with that.
I will say, there's one time I did post a blatant spoiler. For me, I didn't consider it a spoiler because
Promise ring?
yeah. The reason why I didn't consider it a spoiler in my head was because I was behind on reviewing the show. And I only reviewed the show because people were like, review, review. So I'm like, okay, let me catch up, child. Let me whatever. So that I will give it to you. But there's been times too. I think the one where it's Amber and she has a ring like this, they're at a bachelor party, and someone was like, damn, Queen, you spoiled it for me. But she's
Who's
engaged.
Amber?
And she, not Amber. What's her name? No, her name is Amber. Amber Desiree. AD.
Oh, AD. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, I'm not too pressed on the whole like, oh, thumbnails, spoiler things, but when I say don't be a killjoy, if a content creator is being specific about something, I think to engage with their comment, to engage with their content, like it would be nice to respect the rules they have in their community. Like there are certain content creators who rip into castmates, who do all that kind of stuff. And if that's what y'all want to do on that page, y'all could do that. There are other pages that are super surface, super we love everyone. And if y'all want to do that over there, that's fine. If we are over here and we're like, please, I only ask that one, you show respect in the chat, and two, you don't spoil. If you're engaging in our community, don't be a killjoy. Just respect that. That's all.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all. So that's a PSA for the next season.
So what's everyone reviewing next?
What are we reviewing next?
Yeah, what's next for the people? I know I'm reviewing. Oh God, do I want to commit to this?
And tell people where they can find you. You might as well do that as well.
Okay, you can find me at Roxy Says, and I think I'll be reviewing what's coming on. I might be reviewing the Golden Bachelorette because I did review the Golden Bachelor and that was a hot mess. So hopefully the Golden Bachelorette is too. But I don't know what else is coming on. What else is coming on? New shows, not like old shows, like older shows.
That you already are in the circuit of reviewing?
No, not necessarily.
The circle starts.
You can join the Maths crew. Married at First Sight.
Y'all know I tried
that. You
only
want her to do UK though.
That's the only one that I know is coming next. I didn't know US was coming too.
End of September.
Oh,
the first couple of episodes, every time I tried to watch Married at First Sight. I think it was Denver. And remember, I told you I couldn't make it past the second episode.
Denver was a bad season, though. Denver was
I was like, this is what y'all be going crazy over. This is horrible.
Who was on Denver?
Nobody worthy. Like, no, like, because it ended up coming out at the reunion that the cast was all in cahoots to lie through. Yeah, it was like bad.
The Circle is coming back, Tammy?
Yeah, yes. When's the Circle coming back?
The Circle comes back the 18th. I'll be doing that in groups of 4 or however it's released because y'all really spoil the Circle.
How do you even review the Circle? I love it too, but how do you review the Circle? It's so much going on.
The Circle was the first show that I actually reviewed. It's really not hard to review it.
I mean, I did watch your reviews because I stopped watching the show and I just started watching your reviews, but it's like so much happens.
Yeah, because I thought about reviewing it, but when I was watching first, I'm a bad binge watcher, so I like to just watch everything and then I forget everything and then I don't want to do it no more. So
right.
Sorry, did you say you're a bad bitch or a bad binge?
Binge watcher.
That's what I heard too. I heard I'm a bad bitch.
I said period.
Period. Like me and Netflix do not get along with reviewing shows because I want to watch it with everyone else, and by the time it's too much. But the Circle is hard to review. I feel like
September 11th, the Circle comes.
No, I don't think so. I didn't know.
Okay, everyone says Denver was awful, so I'll give it another try.
It was honestly just that season for what. They don't need to do nothing else in Denver. It was literally just Denver.
Gwen, I do not know those people. I did not. I dropped off of Married at First Sight seasons ago, so I don't know these Denver people. But I did remember both these ladies talking about them being in cahoots and stuff.
So Gwen is asking you about the host for the UK versus Nick and Vanessa Lachey.
True.
That's a good question.
True. That does seem to be the question. That does. Yeah. I feel like know these hosts' names. Emma and Nat. Absolutely. Or Nick on his own. It's honestly Vanessa who annoys me.
It is Vanessa. God, it's really her.
She tried last season. Last season she tried.
She saw those comments.
Bring Nick alone.
She saw the comments. That's why.
Love at First Sight Atlanta wasn't. Married at First Sight Atlanta wasn't.
They're casting for Love Is Blind Atlanta. Love
Is Blind Miami. Season Atlanta.
The first season was Atlanta. Like there are more cities in the United States.
With Lauren and Cameron, you're right.
In New York, Atlanta, Dallas.
Come to New York. That will be a hot ass mess.
Oh.
Too aggressive in New York.
Hey, that's not true.
I'm a Jersey girl. We right there. Trust me, I know it's just too.
Now we are aggressive.
Now we're right there.
I want to see it. I'm excited.
What are you?
But yeah, Tammy, did you say where they could find you and stuff?
I am Tammy. I am at Tammy Talks.
Tammy.
No, I'll be doing the Golden Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do the circle. We'll see. I may pick the Braxtons back up. I don't know. I don't want to be like, I don't want to have to read people when they're grieving. I feel like there's a conflict of interest. But I'll be doing both of the Black housewives. And
wait, also Atlanta and Potomac.
Yeah, Atlanta, Potomac. I mean, and then whenever Married at First Sight, Ready to Love, you know.
Are you gonna do hot topics in between?
I say I am, but then I never do.
Okay.
Like I literally have. You should see the amount of thumbnails I have from topics, and then I just never make the video.
Yeah. Okay.
I work.
You do work, working girl.
Don't have as many hours in the day as I believe I do in my head.
Someone said the New York City Love is Blind would need a lot of security. I can't.
Tamara, Beverly Hills, what?
Love it. Housewives?
Housewives?
Never. When have you ever heard me even speak about Housewives?
Ooh. When will Atlanta and Potomac come on? I think Potomac is done filming, so I'm assuming they're coming end of the year, later this year. I probably won't have my comments on for Potomac though. So
yikes. By the way, no shade, Tamara. I was just like, what is Beverly? Sorry. No shade.
Chloe, what you reviewing next?
I'm definitely doing Married at First Sight, Race Love, those things. I'm starting a true crime series on my channel, so I'm gonna see how that pans out.
You know this is documented now. I'm not cutting this part out.
I am. I'm gonna start it. I am gonna jump more into my hot topics. But yeah, I just had to get my groove back. I don't know about these Netflix shows. I'm gonna watch The Circle. I'll watch it. But I don't know if I'm gonna review it. But if you guys want to do a live every now and then again, I'll join you.
Okay.
Yeah, the UK shows, Love Island Australia, y'all know, Love Island, Dubai, I don't know, all the Love Islands, I do them, all the English ones, Married at First Sight, UK and Australia, and now The Circle, because I didn't even know it was coming. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. Like I said before, all the ladies' information is in the description box. You just got to click the link and subscribe. Show us some love. Communicate. So who's asking good questions? No, we gotta go. We gotta go to bed. But if you guys want to ask more questions, I think most of us are reachable in one way or another. So yeah.
I think as long as you guys can find us, we're all reachable.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
And with that being said, have a good night.
Good night, y'all. Thank y'all.
Peace.
I cannot.